we're going to work with the beetroot first. So take 3 large beetroots, roots of the beet, and wash and dry and peel them, and then we're just going to wrap them in aluminium foil. And then throw them in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit and bake them for an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, next we're gonna make sort of like a bouquet garni. So I don't have any like a small cloth bag or a cheesecloth or anything like that. So I'm going to use coffee filters because they work just as well. So in here we're going to chuck 4 bay leaves, 12 peppercorns, a few sprigs of parsley, and a few sprigs of dill. And then we just tie that up with a piece of string and you'll have your bouquet garni. Okay, next for the stock, take 3 quarts of water, which is probably like about 2.8 litres, and we just want it to get it up and boil. And then we're going to take the bouquet garni that we made before, throw that in there, as well as about 650 grams of chuck steak that's been cubed. And you're meant to throw in some beef bones and some ham bones here as well, but I didn't get any of those, but that's where they would ordinarily go in as well. So we're just going to get that up to the boil. Okay, once it gets to the boil, we're just going to scoop off some of this foam off the top. Without obviously getting the meat. Okay, when you think you've got enough off, we're going to take 1 carrot that's been grated, 1 rib of celery that's been sliced, throw that in. One large turnip that's been grated as well, in with that one. And finally, 1 large onion that's also been grated. So in that goes. And then we're just going to, we'll just mix the stock around properly. And then we're going to cover and simmer on low heat for an hour. Okay, so after the hour, we're going to remove the meat, and if you had bones in there, remove the bones. And then you're going to like sieve through a fine sieve the stock, so the solids all come out, and then you can discard all the solids, and then put it back into a clean pot, so it's just clear broth stock. And then once it gets up to the boil, we're going to add 1 potato that's been cubed, and about 450 grams of plum tomatoes that have been coarsely chopped. And so we're just going to boil them through for about 10 minutes. Whilst that's happening, next you fry, well, the recipe here doesn't really state it, so we're going to take a bit of a detour and say that we're going to fry the bacon up. Okay, after the bacon's sort of fried a bit, we're going to take 1 capsicum, 1 carrot, and 1 onion, there's an onion in there, and chuck it in with that in the frying pan. And just let that cook through for about 5 minutes. Okay, after the 5 minutes are up, we're going to add 1 cup of shredded cabbage. And we'll just stir that through the vegetables, and then we'll just cook that for another 10 minutes. Okay, once the vegetables are done, we're going to chuck them in there with the stock. And then we take the beetroots and you just squeeze the juice of a lemon over the beetroots. We're going to add them to the stock as well. Now we're finally going to see the pinky red colour of the borscht. Okay, and then we're going to add 6 pitted prunes that have been chopped. One teaspoon of honey. Three tablespoons of tomato paste. And the meat goes back in. And then we're just going to mix that all through and leave it on the heat for another 15 minutes. And then it's ready. When you're done, serve in a large tureen, and then individual servings, put some sour cream on top and some dill. And there you have it, borscht, the national dish of Russia.